everyone, welcome back to Car Fix. Today I've been shopping on AliExpress again for car mods for my Mark 7 Golf R. This is an air intake kit that cost me £65. Basically on eBay there is kits that look identical this with some rebranding on for nearly £180, so I thought I'd test this one out. I'll put some pictures up, the shop up and the links up in the description. I'm not affiliated at all, I'm just buying stuff and testing it out, so I get no kickback out of this. So like, favourite and sub to the video if you appreciate this review. Basically in the box you get the actual pipe from the turbo to the filter, fully metal construction, like powder coated in a black. Mine's a bit scratched up from transit. You get the cone filter, which is a generic air filter, but actually when you get it out of the rubbish box, it actually looks like a decent quality filter, to be fair. And then you get an adapter, and you get the rubbers, all the hose clips, and the actual case to, like, the heat shield for the actual filter. I have a turbo elbow here as well, which isn't part of the kit. This costs £30-ish off eBay, so I'm going to try that as well, and I'll give you an update on that, but that's not what this review is about, because they're pretty generic things you can get from everywhere, but that's a cheap one as well, so I'll let you know how easily that goes on with this kit. And we will get over to the car, and I'll try and include some before and after noise for you, because the reason we all really put intakes on is to hear more turbo noise and grunt. So we'll see if this provides that, and I'll get back to you once I'm in the bonnet. All right, everybody, we're finally getting round to installing the AliExpress intake into the car. First, we're going to take off the cowling. I think there's two T25s there and two at this side. We need to take the hose clamp off, or maybe leave that hose clamp on, but hose clamp off the back, PCV valve out the turbo inlet, and it should all just lift out this breather hose off here, and then we should be able to put it in. Hopefully this will go straight forward, but you never know with these things. So let's get to it. I mean, this isn't really a install guide. There's absolutely loads of intake install guides that are a lot more professional than mine will be, but mine's more just to showcase this particular intake. So I'll try and whip through it, and I might even time lapse it, to be honest, or just tell you the main points. And take the breather hose out, coolant hose out, I mean. Got a similar clip there and a clip here, so you got to push down on the clip and it pops out. So you actually need to take the top off that. Take this breather hose out. And then I'm going to try and leave that on and undo it from down here. Let's have a look. And I believe that is a 7mm, and as always the screw side of it is over here instead of over there, so it's hard to get to. So here's a socket. Truth is, here I struggled for way too long to get this box off. Just get some pliers that are wide enough for the hose clamp, or some hose clamp pliers, and just pull up fairly firmly on the box, and it comes out very easily. I think on the R only, it has that pipe that falls off on the bottom of the box. I don't think it goes anywhere on the R. It's maybe the additional breather hose that you have on GTI boxes, but it doesn't seem to go anywhere on the R. So after I get that out, it's easy as that. Why is it I haven't got a 7mm spanner to save my life? And I pulled the airbox out, and this came out with it. I don't actually know if I need it or not. It looks like it went into some sort of pipe, but it also looks like it's blocked off, so I don't actually know if it went anywhere or not. I can't see anywhere that it went into the back of. I might have to check on YouTube to see if I can see where that's supposed to go, or if it actually goes anywhere, because to me I can't see where it actually goes. But I can't get in there, and I need a 7mm, and I ain't got one, so I'm going to have to go find one. So I'll be back when I found a 7mm. So I finally found myself a 7mm socket, and as you can see down there is the clamp, which I've now been able to spin around from being on this side to this side, so I can finish getting that off and pull this hose off. There we go, it's off. 7mm in an awkward place to get to. And now we're at the turbo inlet. So you need to undo the PCV valve, and as far as I'm aware, there is a Torx 30 to undo. So I'll just get you down here. This here goes into the inlet there, and it's quite a delicate connection, but it's got 2 squeeze tabs, and you just squeeze and lift and it should come out easy. And there's a Torx 30, which I believe will be that one just down there, so we'll get to undoing that. I'm just going to use this magnet so I don't drop the bolt down into the engine bay. So now all you do to get the inlet off, all you do to get that actual turbo inlet off is undo that one screw and twist it towards the bulkhead of the car. Twist, and it should just pull out now. And there we have it, the old inlet. It's got a seal on it, and I'll just show you this one compared to the new one right now. Just need to get it out of the box. So here's my new inlet compared to the old one. You can see it's a lot wider around the curve. That really narrows down, whereas that's a lot wider. Diameter on the front's pretty much the same, but it's wider on the actual curvature of the intake. So we'll put this back in, same way we took it out. Line the bolt hole up, put it in, counterclockwise turn towards me. It's quite tricky to get in, quite stiff,
could do with a little bit of oil or something just to help the O-ring seat. That's it. Got a better angle on it from this side to push it in square, but it's in now. So we just need to do that Torx 30 back up. There we go, that's in. Then the PCV valve back on, clips on nicely, and that's in there. Now we're just going to put the new intake pipe on. We're still recording yet. So I've got this rubber connector and the hose connectors. This bit's self-explanatory really. That goes in there, like so, with the rubber end on, and we should all be buttoned up. I'm going to make my hose connectors easily accessible in the future, so it can go there like that. Tighten that one up. I know this isn't the best view, but putting the rubber hose now onto the turbo inlet with the two connectors on to connect the seal tube. Oh, is it here? Yeah, it's an 8, yeah. It's over there. 8mm for these new ones. Obviously you want them doing up pretty tight because you don't want your pipes blowing off when you're driving down the road. But now I'm going to get the intake in. And the heat shield as well needs to fit in here. Fits on the original rubber grommets, which is pretty nice, and it comes with some rubbers to put on as well. So I think I'll do that first. I'll shove the rubbers through the housing. So these rubbers come with it. I didn't have to take them off the original, but 1, 2, 3 there on the original mounts. Let's see how easily it goes on. Easily enough, to be fair. And now for the intake tube. Make sure I get it the right way around. Yep. And again, just an 8mm to tighten this one up. Right, so that's the piping. So now we've just got to put the filter on and give it a little test. Everything's buttoned up, the 20, the 30, the PCV. These are all tightened down, the clamps. Here's the actual filter. To be fair, not a bad looking filter considering it's from AliExpress. Again, comes with all the clamps. And you have to put the shield together yourself. It comes in 2 separate parts with all the rubbers. So I did that pre coming out here to do it. I did it inside because there's no need to build that up out here, obviously. So that can go on there like that. Let's get this round here so it's nice and easy to screw up in the future. Right, that shouldn't be going anywhere. I wonder if I can put this front cowling back on to direct the air into the, you see I've taken the front cowl off that went to the old inbox, but I'm intake, but I'm going to try and put the front cowling back on and then we're complete. Right, there we go. There we go. After much fettling, I've got a standard air intake to come in to push the air through this filter here. It's not an enclosed filter, it's an open one, which just obviously will make the engine bay look a bit neater. So we're going to put the lid back on. Get these T25s buttoned up. And then we'll get a move on. I'll come back to you when it's all put back together. Right, there we have it. We're buttoned up. Everything's installed. It's taken me, what, half an hour or so to put this in. It's the first time I've ever done it. Being extra careful, don't know exactly where the bolts are. A little bit of a tough hose connector to get out at the back there. It was twisted round, but really you need a Torx T25 and a Torx 30 and a 7 and 8mm socket, and you're absolutely laughing. And this is what it looks like under the engine bay now. And I do apologise about the wind noise if you can hear any, but solid metal intake pipe, filter and the housing actually all fits well, really nicely, and the eBay turbo inlet obviously. So next thing is I need to go for a drive, get the car warmed up, and I'll show you some after noises, see what it sounds like once we've been on the road a little bit. So I'll be back with that in a click of a finger. Click. So yeah, I'm just going to rev my standard intake before I put the AliExpress one in, so you can get a couple of listens to what it's like up to the soft limiter
which is about 3,500–4,000 RPM in my Golf R, I believe. So here we go. You can probably, it's more exhaust noise because I've got an Akrapovic exhaust on mine, so you get the pops, but there's not a lot of turbo whistle from the standard box. So I'm going to put the eBay turbo elbow in and the AliExpress intake, and we'll get back to seeing what it sounds like after that. I'm going to start it up and you can hear what it sounds like. I can tell you straight away there is 100% more intake and turbo noise from this. I'm going to leave the mic in the engine bay so you can hear it, and I'll just go start the car and give you some few revs to the soft limiter, but you can definitely hear the turbo noise. Yeah, so there you have it. You can 100% hear it. I'm not going to rev it anymore in my driveway and annoy the neighbours more than I already do. But £67, I think this was. I'll leave an exact one that I bought in the description. I'm not affiliated or anything. I'm just doing this to test them out. But like I said before in the intro, there's intakes exactly the same as this that look the same on eBay for £150 to £200, and this is less than £70, and it obviously does make a huge difference in the noise. Power wise, obviously I don't know, and I'm not that bothered about power. I'm more interested in having the turbo noise and the induction noise from the turbo. Obviously we do have the inlet as well, so you've got to bear that in mind. So this whole thing was less than £100, and I'll try and put the link to the inlet as well, and it's a very easy install to install and uninstall if you're ever going to sell the car or whatever in the future. So if this video has helped you, if you like the intake, if you're going to get one yourselves, let me know in the comments, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.